Good morning. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday. You know what that means. Happy Type 1 Tuesday. I come on here every single week and share something about Type 1 in order to hopefully raise some extra compassion and understanding around the battle that so many people face. But in particular for me, it's my 14-year-old daughter, Molly. Type 1 is a battle. It's a beast, and it's often misunderstood because it's invisible. And so many people walk around with so many things, not just type 1, but invisible battles, whether it be health or physical or spiritual or mental. And so I think by talking about those things, we can raise compassion and understanding. So my mission is type 1, and what I wanted to share with you today, and I hope this is something, I asked the question a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, what parents wish people knew about type 1. And I got about 50 different responses back from about 70 different parents. And I wanted to share those things with you because I think it's important to share a variety of what people experience and wish other people knew. So what I wanted to share today, I hope could be applied to type 1s, but I also hope it can be applied in a lot of other places in your life. And that is, please try to replace comparison with compassion. And here's what I mean by that. One of the parents wrote in and she said, "Don't get me wrong. I'm really grateful my child doesn't have childhood cancer. But it doesn't help me when somebody says, oh, they're just a diabetic, at least it's not cancer." And what the person is trying to do, I'm sure, is share some compassion maybe, like it could be worse, that kind of a sentiment. But it's not helpful. Of course, we're grateful our children don't have cancer. We don't want to imagine what that battle would be at all. And our hearts go out to parents who do endure that with their children. But just because it's not cancer doesn't make it any less harsh. And the comparison is kind of cruel. It's kind of insensitive. And I would just like to invite people, instead of offering a comparison, well, at least it's not, or God gives its biggest battles to its strongest warriors. Don't compare. Just give some compassion. People just want to be heard. They want to be loved. They want to be understood. Parents want to be acknowledged that what we face is difficult and hard, that what our children face is difficult and hard. And you don't have to acknowledge that by comparing it or lessening it to something else. It's not that. I've said it before and I mean it. Just because my child has type 1, if your child has the flu, my child's battle that day is no worse than your child's battle. It's very different. But please still ask me to pray for your child. I'd be honored to. If your child has the flu, I care. Because I hope you care that my child has type 1. The blessing is some battles have a deadline and some don't. And type 1 doesn't. But that doesn't mean that your child suffering with the flu or another emotional issue is less important than what Molly does. It's not. It's all, if it's your battle, it matters, and it matters to me, and it should matter to all of us. So I would just say, offer compassion. Don't try to compare it to something else. You don't have to compare it to your aunt's, cousin's, nephew's, neighbor. Just offer some love and compassion, and hopefully we can apply that to everything in life, right? Not just type 1. Yes, I am grateful that Molly doesn't have childhood cancer, but it doesn't diminish the battle that we face every single day. It doesn't diminish the battle that you face with your child for whatever reason, that they're struggling in a day or in a week or in a year or for a lifetime. So that's just my friendly advice today. That was what one parent wanted you to know. They're really tired of people saying, oh, they're a diabetic. Well, at least it's not cancer. It doesn't help. Comments like that don't help. They hurt. They often cause hurt feelings. They cause a little bit of resentment because it's just another step of being misunderstood. The parent doesn't feel like they've been heard. The parent doesn't feel like they've been understood or loved. So compassion, folks. Compassion is the answer to so many things in life, but I can tell you as a type 1 parent, compassion goes a really long way to help us feel understood and loved and heard. And beyond that, in a lot of ways, it makes us feel like you understand the battle that our child's facing and that maybe you'll be able to help us in that battle, help save them if you see them out in public. So it goes deeper than just wanting some acknowledgement. It goes into knowing that you've heard us, you've listened, and that you understand a little bit of the battle. So maybe you can be one of our warriors with us out there trying to protect our kids when they're out in the wild. So in life, I would just offer as much as you can the advice to offer compassion instead of comparison. We don't need to explain whose hurt is worse, whose hurt is bigger, whose hurt is deeper. Hurt is hurt. God cares about everybody's hurt, and I would invite you to do the same. So happy Type 1 Tuesday. I will be back here next week. I'll also be on Instagram. I started doing Instagrams on Thursday. So I'll be doing an Instagram live on IGTV on Thursdays. Just trying to use that platform too. It's sometimes a younger, I know my daughter's friends use that way more. And so I thought that might as well use that platform to spread some awareness too. So I'll see you next Tuesday on here, or next Thursday, or on Thursday on Instagram. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, I almost forgot. Please fight with us. I never forget, really. Please fight with us until Type 1 is Type 1. None, and I'll see you next week.